Hello again, dear students. Well, in this opportunity, we are going to see the topic Life Experiences Part 2. And we have to work with activity number 1. What is it about? Answer the following questions. A. What's the most amazing thing you ever done? What's the most interesting place you've ever visited? What's the most unusual thing you've ever done? Have you swum with dolphins? Have you eaten a frog? Well, you have to answer these questions in order to your own experiences. Now, let's go to the next activity. Read the introduction to the quiz. For each question, write the correct answer. Write one word for each gap. Okay, here you have an email. So as you can see here, you have some spaces in blank, and you have to write a word according to the context of this letter. Okay. So let's go to the activity, and we have activity number 3. Match the questions in the live quiz to photos from A to L. Here you have the photos, and here you have the reading about the live quiz. You have to match the number, the action mentioned, the main action mentioned in the questions with the correct pictures. To activity number 4. You have to read the live quiz again. The live quiz reading presented before, and you have to answer the questions. Here you have an example. It says, have you ever swum with sharks? No, I haven't, is the answer according to this example. Now, let's make a review about what we have worked during the last class. Here you have the some grammar examples given in this activity, and it is related to the present perfect simple with questions and short answers. What do you have to do when you ask a question in the present perfect? You have to use the auxiliary, in this case is the verb have, and you can use the personal pronouns, whatever you want, and you have to use the word ever according to what you want to ask. And you have to use the verb, the next verb, in the past participle. And here is the question: have you played tennis, or have we played tennis? The answer, if it's an affirmative answer, you can say yes, I have. If it is negative, you can say no, I haven't. Or it depends according to the personal pronoun you're working on. The next example: has she left? Has she left? Here you have the auxiliary has. Why has? Why do you have has? Because you are working with the personal pronoun she, and you have this conjugation. This is a correct conjugation according to the personal pronoun. And then you have a verb which is working with the past participle. Okay? And here you have two possible answers. If this answer is affirmative, you can say yes, she has. If it is negative, you can say no, she hasn't. Okay, it depends on the personal pronoun. As you can see here, we are talking about the third person, which is she. Here there is here you have short information. It says we use ever in questions. Remember, ever is work with questions. For example, have you ever seen sea lions? Ever. Okay, have you ever seen sea lions? ¿Alguna vez has visto leones marinos? Okay, here is the word ever. Well, ever and never are commonly used in the present perfect. Here you have some additional examples as well, which is going to help you to see the difference between these two expressions. Okay, now let's go to the next activity. In this part we have the vocabulary. What is the vocabulary about in this lesson? It is about the past participles. Okay, do you remember? When do we have to use the past participle? Yes, when we work with the present perfect tense. Okay, what is the past simple of each verb in the box? Here you have the verbs. Tell me, what is the past simple of the verb be? Yes, that's right. The past verb of the verb be is was and were. Yes? Okay. But what happens if I work with the present perfect? Does it change? Do I have to work with the past simple? No. Okay, I have to work with the past participle. We have to work with the past participle. So, tell me, what is the past participle of the verb be? Yes, that's right. It's been. Okay, good. So you have to work in this way with the other verbs given in this box. Okay, first you have to find the past simple, and then you have to find the past participle of each one of these verbs. Okay, that's very easy. You have to look at the previous activities and you're going to find the answers in the previous ones. Okay, finally we have the closing activity, activity number 5. Now you're going to write your own life quiz. What are the steps you have to consider? Think of other life experiences and you think that are important. They can be good or bad. B. Write 10 questions beginning. Here you have the model. Have you ever... Yeah, it depends on what you want to express. The answer, a possible answer, affirmative answer, yes, I have. Another example, have you ever swum in the Amazon River? No, I haven't. Okay, a negative answer. Yeah, okay, you can work with other questions. Don't forget, you have to consider 10 questions. After you finish with your 10 questions, you have to ask your questions to at least 2 other students. You have to look for 2 other students and apply the questions you have worked in letter B. Finally, letter D, you have to report about the results of the life quiz. You have to use the phrases in the box to help you. For example, I asked 10 students, 2 students, about their life experiences, and some of these students have answered, or most of the students I asked have, most of the students I asked haven't, none of the students I asked have, all of the students I asked have. So you have the opportunity to complete the answers here according to your experience in your questionnaire about life quiz. Okay. Finally, we have the appendix. Here you have a list of verbs which considers irregular verbs, the infinitive, the past, and the past participle. Okay, here you have an example. Be, the past tense was were, and the past participle been, which is used when we talk about the present perfect tense. Okay, don't forget, you have to practice the questions or the verbs given in this chart. And that's it. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Well, see you in the next opportunity.